Hello guys, this is Pat from Pat back at it again, and today we are here actually a little bit sooner than expected with the King of Games deck list of the month. So as most of you know, at least the ones that follow me for at least from the beginning of the year, or actually a couple of months, you should know that I made a challenge this year starting from January, and I cogged. As you can see, there's a dedicated playlist with all the hero deck lists that I used to cog within each month of this new year. Actually, it's not new anymore. And this is the last one, so it's kind of special video for this. This does not mean that I won't be reaching COG next year with heroes, but just as not, it's not a mandatory thing for me now from now on. So this is the last COG hero of the year, and I was really happy to do it with a pure deck list, a pure hero deck list. Elemental hero actually, and nothing. I'm just so happy to show you this. Of course, let me show you the proof that I've reached COG. As you can see, King of Games, and now that I'm recording is the 14th of December, so it's before the new BANLIST dropped in. And you will see some crazy replays. I'm not gonna lie, the deck list is pretty easy, but it's pretty simple to use. But before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So here with the normal Jitter Yugi, the classic one, before the fusion with Duel, and look at that, what the hero. Because I have to be honest with you, I was kind of surprised to reach COG with this. I was definitely lucky in some occasion, but the deck list is definitely worth it. So as you can see, we've got a Neos engine at the bottom as the core deck, and then we've got simple triple Stratus and triple Blazement. The back and saver as the last monster is just to complete a perfect first turn, just in case your opening hand has a Neos fusion. In that case, as a turn 1, the best option is to send a back and saver to the grave from your deck. So let me explain really quick why this deck works. So it all comes around this trap that is just a non-targeting distraction, and it's up to 2500. That is the attack of Neos. That is the normal monster you can make come back to your hand from the graveyard, and but keep in mind that if you manage to summon your Great Tornado just with 2 heroes, but one of them must be a Stratus, or a Blazement that just sent to the grave a Stratus to change its attribute with its own effect, of course, then if you change the attack of your opponent's monster, then you can actually use Hero Blast even for monsters whose original attack is higher than 2500, so that's a pretty good move. And basically, whenever we had this, we've got a couple of ways to accomplish the requirement, and the requirement is to have a Neos in the grave. We can both have a Neos fusion that literally sends a Neos to the grave. We can have a Neos in our hand and fuse it with polymerization, or we can discard it during our opponent's turn with karma card, so you have just like a minus +1 and -2 to your opponents, because you first discard your Neos with karma card and then use your Hero Blast to pop one monster your opponent controls, another monster actually after the one you just banished with karma card, and also you get to recover your Neos back from the grave. Then we've got, last but not least, Oasis of Dragon Souls, just to keep using Stratus and Blazement effect to get that extra add in your opponent's turn, or in the Stratus case, that extra pop of back rows in your opponent's turn. So I really think it's pretty nice to use. For the extra deck instead, of course, we got double Brave Neos, then we've got one Tornado, that is enough, but if you miss one of those Xyz, you can definitely use another Tornado if you have it. Then, I'm gonna be honest, most of the times, Diamond Direwolf was just better than Malevolent Scene, and you know why? Because I usually use Diamond Direwolf to pop my opponent's back row so that I could go in some OTK play. And my main OTK play, that is the beautiful one, it's a beautiful one, it's the Grand Merge. So thanks to the fact that we got a triple Hero Blast, basically, we can keep on recycling our Neos and having back to our hand, so we can summon Grand Merge. Why do we want to summon Grand Merge? Not only because he becomes a 4242 defense monster, but also because when he pops a monster, you can tribute him to summon Contrast. Now, it's true that Contrast won't be able to attack any monsters whose level is lower than 9, but you still got that negation once per turn, so that's pretty good, as you will see in replays, of course. So guys, and last but not least, this skill was Miracle Draw. Not gonna lie, sometimes it just feels kinda slow because you have to wait for your 6th turn, actually your 3rd draw phase, and if you go first, then the turn is gonna be the 7th one, so it really takes a life to get to your skill. That's basically you have to have an elemental hero monster in your graveyard, and that's always gonna happen. But what happens is that on the top of your deck, it just appears a pot of greed, so you just basically draw 2 instead of 1. That's pretty good, but sometimes it just takes too much to pop your skill. And if you feel this problem much more than I felt, you can just use Wounded Hero from Jaden Yubel or Emergency Call from Jaden Yubel as well. So that was all, guys, for the explanation. We can jump on the replays. Don't miss them. You will see basically all my rank up duels, as well as the King of Games duel. So there were pretty nice duels. Of course, against all the meta decks. We're talking about Harpies, we're talking about Melodious, Shock, with this water deck, Cyber Style, the new Cyber Dragons, everything. And this before the ban list, keep in mind that. So guys, we can jump right into the replays. There we go with the first rank up duel. This I think was the first one, Legend rank 1 to 2. We got a Napoleon new character, but I don't think this is Maclord. And there you go, as I told you in the decklist breakdown, a usual combo to have your Hero Blast comes in play. Now in this case, because we had Oasis of Dragon Souls as well, we had two choices. We could have sent the Stratos to the grave so that we got, you know, a pop of our opponent's back rows or a search in our opponent's turn thanks to Oasis of Dragon Souls, but I decided to go with the Neos just to be able to interrupt my opponent just in case. So it just goes with the back row, and this is Yosenju. Very annoying deck that is gonna be basically a top tier, maybe not top tier, I mean in the tier list basically. So he's got the triple, and as soon as I'm on the last one, Hero Blast to pop the Isna, just because I didn't want him to draw a card, but maybe that was a mistake. Maybe the best option would have been to pop this, so sorry, so that he didn't have the search. Sorry for that. So he goes on with the attacks, and as you can see right here, I just used my Blazeman to add, so we got a +1 in our opponent's turn, plus we had to block our opponents from dealing us more damage. Then FD comes back to hand in the end phase, and it's fine because we've got a Stratos to summon and pop that card. So Yosenju's Word Sting, that's not that bad because we actually get to recycle Stratos, and look at that, he decided to put our Oasis of Dragon Souls to end. It was actually the worst choices he could have made, because now we got something to do in our opponent's turn. So I went on with the polymerization to have Neos and start dealing some damage right there. Then we've got he can go all the way again with all the stuff right there, with all the summons, but this time he's got the Kama one that he just had it. Then he's not again to draw a card, Kama to make my Brimneos, come back the extra deck, but as soon as he attacks, he's got nothing that can go over my 1800 defense Blazeman, so that's pretty nice. He has to wait for the end phase, and at this point, look at that, we're in a pretty good spot right now, because and as you can see right here, because we went first, we didn't get our skill to pop. That's pretty unfortunate. So now you go another Blazeman right here. Blazeman effect to send a Stratus, and we can just attack, but this time he's got a Kydroid, so the duel is not over, but we do have a hero blast to recycle our Neos and interrupt our opponent. So he's got another set card, then Kama 1 again, summoning the Kama 2, actually 3, and then 3 to summon the Hizna. Once again, hero blast, but this time to pop the Kama 1 so that nothing can come back to hand. And he decided not to attack, and I don't know why, honestly. So everything comes back to hand because he's got this, I guess. So miracle draw this time comes in play. Pot of Greed, draw 2. We've got, I actually didn't do anything because I knew he's got something like Use and Just Word Sting right now, so I kind of feel that. And this time he's not gonna make a mistake. He makes comeback the Blazeman, but we've got a Kama Cut and a Notice of Dragon Soul. So he's got Kama 2 again, summoning the Kama 3, summoning the Isna to draw an extra card. He went on with the stuff, and then he can just attack right now, actually with a Tanky adding even more cards. Starting with the Isna, and I decided to banish the Yosenju Kama 2, and now, why? Because I didn't want him to be able to attack directly, and now that I summon my Blazeman, he cannot attack, so he cannot inflict me damage and add something else. So still, we're not done. We've got Blazeman again, and then I just wanted to have as more monsters as possible, plus with Neos Fusion, we've got to send the Bacon Silver to the grave, so we can just attack with everything. He's got an either Kydroid right here, but I guess he's got nothing else. It was not enough. 3 monsters instead were enough to take him down, and this was the Legend Rank 1 to 2 to Legend Rank 2 rank up duel. There you go. Second duel, and look at that, I'm on now 7 win streak, and this was the 8th one. Can you still believe it? That was insane, honestly. So Blazeman to begin with, and I decided to add the Poly just because I had something to send to the grave with the Neos Fusion, and I got a Oasis of Dragon Soul as well, as you can see. And let's see what he's got. He's got First Movement Solo, the best opening, with Score actually, so I guess he already has a Soprano in his hand. There you go. Then he's got From Songress to Maestra to summon the Shopina. Shopina then recycled the Score, so we now know that he's got Score in his hand, but he decided not to fuse. And it's fine, honestly. So he just decided to attack and then to use the Score to pop my Neos, but my Neos Fusion saves the day, and I'm chilling. I'm just already down to 1500 life points. Then a Kamaka that's pretty much appreciated. Then Neos going on and popping, but that was maybe a bad move, because now with Shopina can just recycle his Score again, so maybe that was a bad move, but it's got Necrofusion instead, so he summoned the Shubera, as you can see right here, and now you can use its effects to banish everything right there, but I decided to save one of them, exactly the Beacon Saver, because I felt like Beacon Saver could have been really useful, so I saved them, so I have extra protection, and once that he's gone to the grave, I got another protection as well. There you go, we got Kamakat. Again, he decided not to use the Sopranos effect. I'm chilling for that. So Kamakat to banish the Shubera, so he can just attack that, and I'm chilling. Now Blazeman once again, this time can just send the Stratus to the grave, then the Polymer right there to summon a Great Tornado, as you can see right here, to halve the attack and defense of all the monsters my opponent controls. Then Neos Fusion to have a big Neos ready right here, right there. No Score for him because he just banished with Necrofusion, and that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Third duel, another rank up duel. This was from Legend 2 to 3 or 3 to 4, I can't remember. So, and we had a Cyber style evolution deck. Look at this hand, it's just insane. So Blazeman had the Poly and then double Neos Fusion, so we're pretty in a good spot, because we know the main problem of facing Cyber Dragon is that they can pop stuff, but with Neos Fusion we're protected. He just went with his set card, so I guess he braked. I decided to go all in, I didn't care about nothing. Look at that, but he's got Floodgate. That won't be enough, because look at that. This is what I meant when I said during the decklist breakdown that I was a little bit lucky. I mean, this is just luck against staying in this case for my rank up duel. There you go. 2-win streak, Yummy Yugi on the run. Let's see what we've got. Not a perfect hand, honestly, but I mean, we can do something. We've got the double karma card to protect ourselves, so in this case, I just wanted to add some another card, you know, to be able to activate both the karma cards. And it's got Dragon's Ninth Pass, so we got Gaia, pretty common on the ladder, and so it's got, of course, the skills to bring out the Galloping Gaia Field spell, and then it's got Gaia the Magical Knight to summon the Curse of Dragonfire, but my Karma Cut says no thank you on the Gaia the Magical Knight, so that he cannot attack my Blazeman. That is safe. That we got a Hero Blast, so we can use the effect of Blazeman to send the Stratus right there and start attacking. So just to be enough powerful to take down the 500 defense Curse of Dragonfire. So next turn he's got the search once again, and he can summon the Gaia the Magical Knight once again, so he can summon as you can see, the Curse of Dragonfire from the grave. Now I've got Hero Blast this time to pop that, and he's got Dragon's Mirror though, but as soon as you activate it, I can just activate Karma Cut, banish the Neos. I just had it to my hand thanks to Hero Blast. This is when you have, you know, hand advantage, so cards advantage, sorry, thanks to Hero Blast. You do not only pop a card your opponent controls without targeting, but you also get to have a +1 to your hand. So Karma Cut, there you go, to banish the Dragonfire, so the Dragon's Mirror gets actually wasted. Neos Fusion to complete the Opera. There you go, we got Neos, and you can just surrender, as you can see right here. That was pretty nice. There you go. 4-win streak, this time again against Cyber Dragons. Let's see what we got. If I remember well, my opponent is not gonna, breaking this time. He's got double set as well. So Neos Fusion, I already have the Background Saver in my hand, so I decided to send a Stratus to the grave instead. So Stratus to add, Stratus actually to pop my opponent's background. He's got double Book of Moons, so he can just, you know, flip down everything, as you can see right here. No attack for me. And that's fine. He's got now the Cyber Dragon, so you still have something. Popping the Stratus, and that's fine as well. We can draw a Blazeman to have the polymerization right there. And then I decided to go only with the polymerization, fusing the Background Saver and the Neos in my hand to summon the second Brave Neos, going for the attack and going for lethal actually, also adding Neos Fusion to my hand, but he's got Cybernetic Overflow, and it was actually made the correct move to pop the Blazeman, because actually the Brave Neos cannot be popped thanks to Neos Fusion in my graveyard. And as you can see right here, once again, I had the victory. So this deck is very consistent, not gonna lie. 3-win streak, and this was another rank up duel. There you go, against, of course, Harpies Hunting Ground. How could we not face Harpies? Of course we would. So it's us to begin with the Brave Neos, thanks to Neos Fusion, then Stratus to pop the field spell, so that we can set our Karma Cut without worrying about it being popped. So he's got the Harpies, but as soon as he summoned her, I decided to Karma Cut, and he's got Swallow's Nest. So maybe I made a mistake. So I actually hoped he didn't play this, but this was actually a pretty nerfed version, because it's the 14th of December, so it's like they can still play the triple Swallow's Nest. So he's got the full combo out of course with the RP Channeler. Now he's summoning the Cyber Slash RP Lady, then Elegant Tigidis to bounce my Brave Neos back to my hand, to the actual deck actually, and then you can summon the Harpy Lady attacking. I decided to save my Stratus just because I can, use my Background Saver, and maybe if I draw something else, I should be chilling. He actually recycles the use the RP's effect to add the Oracle. I top decked another Neos Fusion. This time she made a mistake, because she made my Stratus come back to hand so that I can summon him again and have another HUD to my hand. So it was pretty nice for me. I think another Stratus though, so I can just attack the Harpy Lady, so they lose the boost, and then I can attack with Brave Neos. No more Neos Fusion in my deck, so he's got Harpy Perfumer right there to have the Harpy's Feather Rest, because I guess he only plays one Elegant Tigotist. And look at that, he's got the Harpy's Feathers to draw an extra card, just a couple of actually one set down, set back row, and then Book of Moon to get rid of my Stratus. Was that a good thing? I don't know. Stratus here, it was Book of Moon actually, but I don't know if that will save him. Actually no, because I can just attack with my Brave Neos and Harpy Lady again. But do I have lethal? Not really, but I got my Miracle Draw popping, so double draw right here. As you can see, Hero Blast to make things even better, than Blazeman to have the polymerization, and this time there's nothing you could do. You can just attack with both my monsters, and that's how you take down Hapis with Elemental Heroes. There you go, rank up. Here we go, my boys, we've got Yugioh. Let's see what he's got. He's got Gaia maybe, so Blazeman to begin with, sending a Neos so that we have our Hero Blast ready. So he's beginning with a Fissure to pop my Blazeman. That's strange. Then triple set, what is that? So we got Stratus to add another Stratus, of course, and start attacking. So no response, that's fine. First 1800 dealt, and then he's got the Dragon's Knight path. Now he's got it, and you can use the field spell to have the Gaia the Magical Knight. We have our protection though, so he's got the Gaia the Magical Knight to summon the Curse of Dragonfire, but I decided to use my Hero Blast to pop it. I use Book of Moon to protect it, but I can use the second Hero Blast in response so that I can still pop it and recover my Neos. So just summon that, and you can do anything else. Then Stratus takes time to pop the field spell, so just that he cannot add anything anymore. But look at that, he's got Necrofusion. That was unexpected though. So the table is turned. Actually, he's got the effect. Now he's pretty big. Miracle Draw to draw 2. Let's see what we got. Pot of Greed into Blazeman, but we use the Neos and the Stratus to pop a Great Tornado and halve the attack of the Gaia Dragon Champion, but he decided to use its effect, so he pops our Tornado, and then the attack gets halved, so he just become a 1300 monster. Then we've got Blazeman, Neos Fusion, and he just surrendered because Great Tornado was alive enough to do his job. There you go. Last but not least, against Yugioh, the normal one, the DM1. Look at this perfect hand, and it's us to begin. So Stratus to add another Stratus, and then just Neos Fusion, sending a Neos and a Beacon Save to the grave. We've got our Hero Blast, non-targeting destruction, ready to interrupt our opponent. He's got 6 Samurais. Look at that. So we've got the full combo, actually not full combo, because we've got the Grandmaster that I do not want to pop, because he has the effect that he's destroyed by cut effect. He can actually be recycled. It's like, you do not want to pop that, and you do not want to pop that either, because he just summons a monster, a 6 Samurai from his deck. So the only one you want to pop is the Kizan actually. So he's got the Synchro Summon of Dragon the Ice Barrier, Bryonak to make the Neos come back to hand, Tie That Binds to pop the Stratus, but I decided no thank you. Why? Because I do want to use Stratus to pop that. So another Neos Fusion though instead to summon another Brave Neos. He's got the Canada to cover that, and it's fine. Then we got Stratus to add another monster, because I just felt during the duel this has no delay, so I kind of feel this is a 6-style dual wield, and I could do nothing right there. I could not special summon because I use an Neos Fusion, keep in mind that. So he just summons a Kizaura and start attacking. That's fine because our Brave Neos is still safe. We've got Blazeman to have the poly, and then we can flip up the Brave Neos attack. But he's got Book of Moon instead, so it was actually strange that I didn't feel delay. And in the draw phase, I just decided to use my Hero Blast because I didn't want him to make my Brave Neos come back to hand. So I popped the Bryonak. He's got the Kizan, Xyz Shogun into Malevolent Scene, but is that the correct choice? Because he's not got lethal though, so you can just attack with double, and I still have 12 life points left, but this time also got Miracle Draw. But look at this play, we got Pot of Greed to draw 2, then Polymerization, double Neos into Grand Merge. Grand Merge, now we can just flip up the Brave Neos, Grand Merge to attack that, and summoning the Fuse and Transform, Contrast Hero Chaos, then Neos to attack and Contrast for the lethal, my boys. That's how you do it. there you go, guys. That was all for the commentary and replays. I hope you enjoyed all this. I hope it's not too long. I hope you enjoyed all the replays and all the decks. Of course, if you have some question about how to use this deck, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below. Of course, even if you got some requests for some deck lists, as long as I have the cards, I will try to accomplish your request. So guys, that was all for today's video. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.